Hello, I'm Darren the Magic Ghostbuster, and in this video I'm taking a look back at the old PlayStation VR Ghostbusters game released in 2016. So to play this game, as well as a PlayStation obviously, you'll need a PlayStation VR headset, a PlayStation camera, and the PlayStation Move controllers because it does not work with a regular control pad. So the game starts off outside the Ghostbusters Firehouse. It's really cool to just look up at the firehouse, such an iconic location. And then we are greeted by Moogly, who will give us a little tutorial on how we do things.
I bet you're here for the Ghostbusting job, aren't you? I'm Moogly. Don't roll your eyes, it's a family name. But I also understand why you're here. I'm going to show you around and tell you what's what. Moving around here is a little different than you're used to. I can fly, but you gotta teleport. Hold the button down on your controller, point it at the ground, then let go. Boom, you're there. I call it teleporting. Kinda has a nice ring. After you're done taking in the view, why don't you teleport your way over to the firehouse?
So the idea with the teleportation thing in VR games is to try and combat the sickness feeling that people get when moving around. Because some VR games you'll press the forward button on the control pad and you'll walk forward, and that is what causes the sickness for some people, which is why it's combated with teleporting. Some games will give you the option to do either. This game just gives you the option to teleport. Now, I personally normally use the teleporting thing because I do get the sickness feeling myself, but I do feel like they should give you the option, because the one downside to the teleporting thing is it sort of takes you out of the game a little bit, because the whole point of VR is, you know, it's supposed to be really immersive. You know, you can look around and all you see is the game, you know, you don't see anything else. So I do think the teleportation thing takes you out of the game a little bit. So now that we've got the basics out of the way, we can have a quick look around, and it's really cool just to look at the streets of New York outside the firehouse, looking up at the firehouse, and then approaching this hot dog cart where we can pick different things up, cans and hot dogs, and then Slimer comes out to greet us. Now, one thing I have found is that it seems to be random on how long it takes Slimer to come out. Like, I believe you coax him out with this hot dog you're holding, but I've played it before where it takes ages. There was a couple of times where he just never came out and I ended up resetting the game. When I was recording the footage for this, he came out almost instantly, so probably a bit of a glitch there. But anyway, once we've encountered Slum, we're going to go into the firehouse. And this is where the first disappointment is. The sales blurb says, explore the Iconic Firehouse, and we are inside the Iconic Firehouse, and it's not done up like the Iconic Firehouse. It's done up all 2016 style. We have the 2016 X01, not the classic Iconic X01, and it is just not done up like the Iconic Firehouse. It's a shame. But anyway, there's Slimer. Slimer's going to disappear, and we have to coax him out with some donuts. Okay, so now we have to go and find some equipment. So we put together a proton pack. This is a 2016 style proton pack, and we pick up a 1984 style ghost trap. So they're basically mixing both universes together, which to me really tells me that Sony just didn't have confidence in the 2016 film to begin with, because otherwise why can't they just let it stand on its own? Why did they have to add in these things like the firehouse and, you know, the 84 trap? Why couldn't it all be 2016? You know, maybe they didn't have confidence in it. That's obviously just speculation on my part. But anyway, now we have to go and capture Slimer. And this is the best part of the game for me, is first time shooting that proton stream. Seeing that just go out in front of you in the 3D VR effect is amazing. It does look really cool. And then of course we're going to shoot Slimer and capture him in the trap. Now there's two ways to hold the wand. You can either hold it like this, or you can bring this hand in and you can control it like this, which to me feels a tad unnatural because these are separate. So if it was like one thing, it would make more sense, but just feels a tad unnatural to me, but still cool so that you can do either version. So now that we have caught Slimer, we have to take him downstairs into the basement and put him in the ecto-containment unit. This unit is based on the 1984 version, so very cool. We put the trap in, and Slimer is now seen through this viewing window. So all hell was broken loose, and that is the end of the game, and on to the next one. Now, this game was very short and acted more as a tutorial than anything else, and a completely pointless tutorial at that, and I'll explain why in a minute, but let's move on to Showdown. So in Firehouse, we learnt how to teleport, we learnt how to pick up and throw the ghost trap, we learnt how to shoot, and two of those things are completely pointless because you can't move anymore, you're stuck to the spot, and you have no ghost trap. One will randomly appear later on, but you won't be able to pick it up or anything like that. And we're now going to have a very rather long and dull battle with this very generic looking ghost called Mayhem, and yeah, it just goes on forever, basically, just constantly shooting him. He'll possess you a couple of times, but you never really feel like you're wearing him down. Eventually, a ghost trap just randomly appears. You pull him over it, but you never really feel like you're putting him into the ghost trap. When I was recording for this video, my proton pack overheated, so the stream cut off, and then he went into the trap anyway. So I didn't feel like I was controlling it. And then we're going to get all these random ghosts appear, and there's no trap in them at all. You're just blasting them. Blasting them over and over and over. You can sort of catch them in the stream and fling them about if you want, but no trapping. And it just doesn't feel like a Ghostbusters game anymore. It just feels like a generic shooter. The speed of these ghosts will pick up and up and up, and you know, eventually late near the end of the level, you're literally just blasting like that. It's just turned into a very generic shooter, and it's a shame because a Ghostbusters VR game has so much potential. Also during this level, you'll see this slime creeping along occasionally on the floor, and it builds up over the Ecto-1, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't blast it off or anything. It just seems a bit silly. But eventually Stay Puft is going to appear, and the frequency of ghosts starts to pick up. You can't blast Stay Puft. I mean, you can aim your proton stream at him, but nothing happens. Eventually thing will come up on screen to shoot the tanks on top of the Ecto-1, and then as Stay Puft goes to treading it, it explodes, and that is game over, and apparently you've done well enough to be hired. So is this game worth getting? Well, if you have the PlayStation camera, the PlayStation VR and the PlayStation Move, I would say it's worth looking at, just because that bit with a proton stream just looks so cool. You know, seeing that in front of your face, you don't get the same feeling from watching it on a video on YouTube or anywhere really. You need to experience it in the VR and the 3D. It looks so cool. But as a game, the game's just crap. Basically, I'll be honest, it's not a very good game. Like the Firehouse is okay if it was a free demo, because it is a very short, very short tutorial. Is all it is. You know, and it's not bad. It's 5 minutes of fun. Like I said, the proton stream is amazing, and then when the main game kicks in, it just goes downhill. It's just like a very generic shooter where some of the tutorial stuff has gone out the window. Yeah, I can't really recommend it as a game at all. It's certainly not worth going out and buying all the equipment for just to play this. Certainly not if that was something you were ever considering. If you've got it all, I would try it just to have that proton stream experience. Is cool, but as a game, I don't recommend it at all. But let me know what you think. Have you played this game, and what do you think? And if you haven't played it, what do you think just from seeing videos of it online? I'd love all your opinions. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, keep on busting.